Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Guy Wozniak. You're watching the Comic Book Guy channel, and I am joined today with my good friend and co-host, Matt.
Hello.
And what are we doing today? We are going to be ranking the 20 best, subjectively or, arbitrarily, the 20 best Marvel heroes. And the way this is going to work is... it's kind of just like our opinions, man. There's no science behind this.
It's just our personal opinions on where these characters fall.
People are going to be like, oh, you can't say that this character ranks higher than this character.
How could you rank this guy?
Yeah.
Well, this is just, I'm just kind of going on how I like them, as a character. Not like their power levels or how strong they are. Just their strengths as a character, how strong they are as a character that grabs my attention.
Yeah, basically, the criteria for how we rank these is that it's anything and everything. It could be their powers, it could be how strong they are, it could just be how much we like them, it could be how popular they are, both in comics and in media in general. But what we're going to do is we're going to rank them in tiers, not necessarily 1 to 20. So the tier system is such that S tier, and we have the laptop here with a little tier ranking app, which you'll be able to see in the video. And S tier is going to be the top tier. A tier is, number 2. B tier, C tier, and then D tier. So if something's quote unquote D tier, it's the lowest. Why do they do it this way? Why isn't it A, B, C, D, E, F? I don't know. This is just the way they do tier lists, and this is the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know what S is supposed to be.
It's like super, super awesome. I don't know.
I guess I know the ranking system in One Punch Man. That show, that's how they rank their heroes in One Punch Man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, my son loves that show, so I watched that with him.
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm a fan, I admit. Although this third season is, I'm waiting for something to happen. It's pretty boring waiting for stuff to happen.
So let's get the screen recording here, and we will dive in. And I'm going to go first because Spider-Man is the first character on our list, and Spider-Man is my all-time favorite character. So obviously, I'm going to say S tier, and here's why. Spider-Man is, by and far the most popular character in Marvel. He's an amazing character. He's got a deep background, a long history, an amazing rogues gallery of villains. He's got the quippy one-liners. It's just a fun character that's been going forever. That's really all there is to it for me. My favorite character. I'm going S tier, and I think most people would probably agree.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to argue with you at all on that. Spider-Man's an amazing character. Some might even say he's a spectacular character.
He's amazing. He's spectacular. Is he sensational?
Yeah, maybe, and also a friendly neighborhood character as well. But yeah, a fantastic rogues gallery of villains. Especially when he first appeared, he really identified. A lot of teens and stuff identified him with because he was the misfit teenager who felt out of place. With kind of a dork and science nerd and stuff. And a lot of kids identified with him, with Peter Parker. And
his struggles,
and all his struggles, and he has real world struggles, like his uncle dying and him feeling guilt about that, and helping his Aunt May, and they don't have 2 nickels to rub together. It's always a struggle, with him.
Yeah.
And his relationship issues because Spider-Man keeps getting in the way of that. And I'm like, wow, man, he really struck a chord with, a lot of people. And yeah, no arguments here. Spider-Man definitely, S tier.
All right. So you got the next one. We'll just go back and forth taking turns.
All right. And next up is Wolverine. And I'm going to say he's S tier. Absolutely.
You're going S on him? You want me to click the button? Or
yes,
you got it?
Click the button. There we go.
All right.
He's S tier. Definitely. If anything, I'd say he's Marvel's second most popular character. Arguably. Some people might say Captain America. Some people might say Captain Marvel. I guess she has her fans. I never met one, but yeah, I guess she has some. But they keep telling us that she's amazing. But okay, but yeah, Wolverine. He's just a cool character from the jump. He fought the Hulk. And the Hulk, soundly whooped his butt, of course. But yeah, since then, yeah, then he came back in Giant Size X-Men #1, where he joined the X-Men, and he's just been this, gruff, grizzled character, who's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't nice.
Yeah, it is not that nice.
Yeah, I have a hard time finding any faults with Wolverine as a character. He's just so a roundly good character, real solid. Even, I mean, some of the hokey times when, they just completely disintegrate every piece of flesh off his body, but then, he regenerates and he remembers everything. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Wolverine. I'll let it go. But yeah, he's just an awesome character. Real cool concept, real cool design. I mean, he's got metal skeleton, unbreakable metal skeleton, and the claws that come out of his hands. He's got claws for hands, man. That's awesome. Just awesome. I love Wolverine.
So I'm going to disagree with you on this one, and this might be one of many disagreements that we have. I think I would have said he was S tier a long time ago, but I think they have done some things to damage the quality of this character over time. The main thing being giving him an extensive and uncovered background. When he had this mysterious where did he come from background and you didn't really know, and they give you little hints here and there. They did the Weapon X storyline. Yeah. You're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was a part of this story. And it was cool. But then they were like, oh, by the way, he's James Howitt and he was born in 1886 and he lived here and he did this and that. Like, I think it demystified the character. And to me, that knocked it down just a peg. So I would say A tier, just because I think they have mishandled him over the course of the last, 20 years maybe.
I would agree. There is such a thing as knowing too much about a character.
Yeah.
And leaving things to the reader's imagination. So yeah, I would agree to some point with you, but I'm just thinking of the Wolverine of days past. The one we grew up with. The Wolverine that I grew up with.
Sure.
That guy was awesome.
Yeah, that guy is S tier.
Yes.
This new guy, this current guy, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna still say he's S tier. I mean, I do agree with you to a point.
Yeah, we can leave him at S. It's your pick, so no problem. Let's jump into our next hero, and that is the one, the only Incredible Hulk, Mr. Bruce Banner, etc. This might be controversial. I'm gonna put him at B. Not even A tier. I'm going to put Hulk at B tier. And here's why. Feels like a very one-dimensional character, a cool character, and a cool concept when it was first created. But what has he really done since that creation? I mean, Planet Hulk. Everyone loved Planet Hulk. I mean, it was kind of cool. It was a cool idea. But,
it was. It was a good idea.
I mean, some stuff has happened. But to me, it's just like, they never, and what can you do with a Jekyll and Hyde character? He's just always a Jekyll and Hyde character.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, oh, now he's Hulk all the time, but he's smart. I didn't like that at all, honestly. Yeah. Like, that was a bad choice.
Well, the Joe Fixit Hulk was pretty good.
Joe Fixit was very cool. I'll agree with you on that one. But, I mean, just overall for me, a B tier. Another issue I have with him is, like, his main villain is just the military. Like, that's boring. That's not really... it's fun the first couple of times, but then you're like, okay, now what? Who else?
And a lot of his villains seem to be like, the Abomination.
The Abomination.
The leader.
Yeah.
Then it was Red Hulk for a minute. Now they're friends? I'm not sure. And then there was, She-Hulk. And then the Red She-Hulk. And you see the theme going on here? It's all gamma stuff. Gamma, 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 gamma.
Yep.
I've never been a huge Hulk fan myself.
Oh, wait. Are you saying you agree that it's B tier, or would you even move it lower?
I would keep him at B.
Okay.
I feel like the Hulk's better when he's in a team.
When he's just a wrecking ball to be hurled towards something.
Yeah, when there's you see the team dynamics,
Yeah.
Like the original Defenders, it was him, Silver Surfer, and Doctor Strange. Very powerful people, and then you throw the Hulk into the mix, and that was some pretty good stuff.
You remember when they did like the new Fantastic Four for that little...
It was Joe Fixit, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. See, I feel like Hulk is a better team character because you can only do the thing. I mean, the Hulk's thing is usually he just wants to be left alone and people keep poking the bear,
Yeah.
And they just keep doing it. I did like him. The Hulk we got in the Old Man Logan storyline, that was
good.
That was unique. I mean, the inbred hillbillies, that was crazy. That was crazy. Like, and Maestro, I like Maestro. Seeing Hulk as a villain, now that's good stuff. I do like the Hulk as a villain too. That's always a lot of fun to read. But so yeah, I would agree B.
B tier sounds fair. All right, you're up next with Iron Man.
Iron Man, definitely A.
Do you want A on him?
A tier, yes.
I feel dirty clicking it. I just don't agree, but okay.
Where would you put him?
I'll let you do your piece first.
Okay, Iron Man. I love Iron Man as a character. He's flawed for sure. Arrogant. He's got substance issues. I don't like what they've done with him recently. They just kind of made him like a whipping boy, like he's to blame for everything. And I mean, honestly, a lot of times he just comes off as incompetent. I don't like what they've done with him recently. I do like the Iron Man of days past, Tony Stark, this playboy billionaire genius inventor. I really loved it when no one knew he was Iron Man. That was the best Iron Man for me. Yeah, definitely. When he still had a secret identity and everybody thought Iron Man was just his bodyguard. That was the best Iron Man for me. I loved that stuff. Especially the old John Romita and Bob Layton artwork and Mark Bright artwork was fantastic. Really good storylines back in the day. And in fact, I have the full Iron Man run. I have, the original Iron Man run from 1 all the way to the end of the original Marvel run.
That's a lot of Iron Man.
That's a lot of Iron Man. That's a lot of Iron Mans.
I never really cared for the character, and in so much as that, like, I never once picked up an Iron Man comic in the entirety of my collecting comic books, up to and including the movies. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Robert Downey Jr., I think, played a really good version of Iron Man. I liked the depiction in the movies.
Yes.
I think that was great. And that was really my first exposure to the character. I just was never an Avengers guy. I was never an Iron Man guy. I was never a Captain America guy growing up. So that's why, like, just because I'm not appealed by the character, I feel like putting him that high is difficult for me. Are there probably good storylines in there? Are there probably, good villains and everything else in there? I'm sure there are.
Oh, there are. There's some really good storylines in there.
But it's just never reached out and grabbed me for whatever reason. It felt like a less interesting Batman with more tech. It's like a higher tech, less interesting Batman is how I felt about Iron Man. But, that's just my 2 cents.
Fair.
Let's jump into the next one. And this is going to be a little bit of that part 2. Mr. Fantastic, the Fantastic Four. Not a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. Not at all. Never was. So people are going to hate this. I'm going to go B. I'm going to B tier Mr. Fantastic.
Wow.
Stretchy? Like, that's not a fun, cool power. I mean, I'm not into it. The, like, kind of reluctant hero. He's always kind of like the reluctant hero. And he's like, I just want to do my science stuff. I mean, not always, but like they play off of that a little bit. There's a lot of times where I've read Fantastic Four, which isn't a huge amount, but I've read a fair amount of it, where he just takes the back seat and it's like, you're the leader of this group and of this family, but then he takes the back seat and lets like other people take over pretty frequently. I've seen that. In particular, his wife, he's like, oh no, you handle it. And up to and including this new movie. I don't know if you guys saw, you said you didn't see it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Meh. I don't know. Not into the character, not into the Fantastic Four all that much. So I'm going to say B tier, but I have a feeling you might override me on this one. What do you think?
Actually, I've never been a huge fan of Fantastic Four myself either.
Oh, okay.
I do have a run. I have John Byrne's run of Fantastic Four. That's all the Fantastic Four I have. Just because I'm a huge John Byrne fan, and those were some good books. I mean, he brought a sense of adventure to the book, and his artwork is amazing. I would maybe even put him lower.
You would go lower?
Yeah.
You want to?
You're right.
I'll let you bump him down. You want to bump him down?
Stretchy powers?
C? You want to push him down to C?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't even argue with you.
And that's why they had to add, stretchy powers. I'm like, okay, we've already got what? DC's got Elongated Man and Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Who's been around since the 40s. And, you got another stretchy guy. That's why they had to add in the whole genius inventor thing.
Yeah,
they had to add that in there.
Had to stand them apart somehow.
And I mean, I feel like Plastic Man is a stretchy guy done right. I mean, that character is, he's quippy, he's funny, you don't really trust him 100% of the time, because they keep bringing up, you used to be a thief, and he doesn't correct them, he's always real snarky and funny. I think like Plastic Man is like, and they really explored like his abilities and powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas he's just a stretchy dude. Okay.
All right, let's put Mr. Fantastic to bed. We went B, then said, nah, C, and I'm fine with that. Again, I'm just not a huge fan. Daredevil, where you want to put him? Psychic. I think I know where you're going to put him, but surprise me.
I'm going to put Daredevil as B.
Ooh, I was wrong. Yeah. Wow. Okay. B tier. Well, yeah. We might have to do some negotiating.
I got to say, I'm not as huge a Daredevil fan as I used to be. I mean, I have the Frank Miller run, obviously. That's an amazing run.
Yeah.
I don't chalk that up as much to the character as to the writing and the art team on that for Frank Miller. That's kind of what I chalk it up to. I think he could have probably taken any character and made him fantastic, made him as popular as he did at the time. I've never been an enormous Daredevil fan. My collection of Daredevil is just the Frank Miller run. That's it, really. That's all I got. I've just never really been that interested in the character. I don't think he's that interesting. The whole, his whole angst and stuff that he has going on, and this whole thing with Wilson, the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk and stuff, I just find dull. It's not interesting. His legal stuff is just, come on, it's boring. Legal stuff is boring. Why don't they make him a doctor, and just have he's an ER doctor now. That'd be just as interesting.
Doctor Strange is kind of that, right? I was going to say they need a doctor character, but they kind of got one. I'm going to disagree with you on B. I would go A at a minimum. Mm-hmm. I really like the character. I just recently finally read the Guardian Devil story arc, the one where, is that what that was called, Guardian Devil? It's the one where Karen sells his identity to just some criminal guy. And then the criminal guy gives the identity to Kingpin, and then Kingpin just ruins his life.
I didn't read that at all.
You didn't? That's the part of the Frank Miller run. You don't remember that one? Oh, that was such a good run.
Oh, no. I thought you meant recently.
No. Going way back.
Oh, way back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just recently...
Yeah, she was a junkie and stuff, and she ended up getting HIV or something.
I think that was later, but yeah.
That was the Born Again storyline.
Yeah. So
you're right.
She sold the identity, and I just read that whole story arc just recently. Mm-hmm. I haven't read a ton of Daredevil. I read Kevin Smith's run on Daredevil, which is actually kind of good. I liked it. You're laughing, so you must not have cared for it.
He didn't finish it, did he? I don't think he did.
It got finished. That's the word. Okay. That's where Daredevil, not Daredevil, Bullseye killed Karen. That story arc. Yeah. But the stuff that I've read, I've always really enjoyed. So that's my first point: is I've enjoyed everything that I've read, and I certainly haven't read all of it. How could you? It's probably 1,000 issues of different comics. On top of that, the character himself. You have this blind guy that is an acrobat running around the city. I like the idea of overcoming an obstacle like blindness and still being able to, be a hero. And obviously it's ridiculous. Nobody in real life is going to overcome blindness and be jumping from buildings and stuff. But it's an inspiring story. Mm-hmm. I like that. At a minimum, I would say he's an A. I think that it's a creative and exciting character that doesn't have to deal with, and this is the big one for me, constant cosmic threats and end of world scenarios. It's just a really fun ground level, city level type of character, and that's the stuff that I grew up loving. I love that stuff.
Okay, the street level.
That's the word. So yeah, that's why I would have said A. But I'm not going to fight you on it. If you don't want to move him up, we can leave him at B. But I think that's a little bit low. Okay,
all right, fair enough.
Next up, we have Deadpool, and I'm going to say Deadpool. I'm going to go A on Deadpool. And the main reason is not so much that I love the character. Mm-hmm. I like the character. I actually have just been rereading the Rob Liefeld X-Force. And, I read New Mutants, issues 85 through 100, and now I'm on X-Force. I'm on issue 10 or 11. Just rereading all those old 80s and 90s books. And there's a few, not a ton, but there's a few Deadpool appearances. And even back then, it was a cool character. He was kind of, the merc with the mouth, that kind of he wasn't breaking the fourth wall, but...
Yeah.
A fun character. Not my favorite character, though. That said, lots of people's favorite characters. Just a cultural phenomenon. What character has been as big of a cultural phenomenon since him? Like, have they made a character since him that has been that big? I mean, Spider-Man was bigger.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Lots of stuff before him was bigger. But, like, since him, who's been as big or bigger? I don't even know if I can think of anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not a huge Daredevil or a Deadpool fan myself either. I would have probably put him lower at B, just my personal opinion.
Right.
Because, I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up a Deadpool book.
Oh, no, I haven't read many of the Deadpool comic books. Most of my opinion on this is, A, what I have read I liked, and the movies I've liked. Mm-hmm. But B, just like how popular of a character he is.
I will say that I did really like the last one, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, it was good.
Not because like the story was fantastic. There's a lot of plot holes in that. A lot of stuff didn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
It was just him and Wolverine. Those two together is what sold me on it. And Wolverine finally putting on the mask. Like, Jesus, 20 years? Come on. You could have done that years ago, and you chose not to.
Here's just a question for you. I remember the first time I saw it. I got a little choked up. I'm not going to lie. I saw Wolverine put on the mask, and I got a little choked up. Did you have an emotional moment when he finally did it?
I was giggling like a schoolgirl. Yeah, when he finally done, like, finally.
It's about dang time.
You know, there is nothing wrong with giving the fans what they want.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why they feel like they have to withhold things. Like, give us Wolverine in the mask. You should have done it years ago. And finally we got it. So yeah, that's that. I mean, just the movie sold it for me on just the interaction between those two, and the Wolverine mask scene was amazing. But yeah, I probably would have put him a little lower just because, I mean, I think he's a one-trick pony. He breaks the fourth wall in every comic he's in. Wow.
Yeah, now he does, yeah.
You pick up a Deadpool comic, I wonder what he's going to do in this issue. Make some inappropriate jokes and break the fourth wall.
And probably cut people to bits. Well, I don't know. I'm going to stand firm on A on this one. I think just the overall cultural phenomenon that the character is deserves a fair bit of credit. I can't think of another character that Marvel, being they, have created in the last 30 years that even comes close. Like older characters, sure. Yeah. But newer? No. It's like the last great character they made.
Yeah, they haven't. They seem like they're kind of just like, they have no new good ideas anymore. The new characters they do seem to create the last, 10 years or so are just they don't land,
Ironically, it's a rip-off character from Deathstroke, so maybe they should just rip off other characters again. Like, they haven't done that in a while, maybe?
I can't think of a lot of... If anybody knows of any characters that have really hit, that are, like, really cool characters that have come out with, like, the last 10, 15 years, yeah, give us your opinion. Let us know. I can't think of any that have come out that have been that great.
Can't think of one.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go on to... This will be number 8. Dr. Strange.
Dr. Strange. Or Strange. You're one of those people that call it Target, don't you?
Yeah. and Fragile. It must be Italian. Exactly.
Fragile.
Now I know you don't like magical characters, so I got a feeling this is going low. But
yeah, D.
You're D?
I do not like magic characters.
Oh,
I do not like magic characters at all.
D-listing Doctor Strange. Now, what's funny is, like, until the movies, I would have considered him a D-list character in terms of popularity. Like, nobody cared about Doctor Strange until...
Well, really, Doctor Strange right now with the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe, what else have they got? I mean, they're making Downey Jr. Doom for... reasons.
That's just like money, please. Let's just get some money.
That's a cash grab. That's all that is. And the insane amount of actors they're going to have in this upcoming movie is ridiculous. I just think it's going to suffer from bloat. But yeah, I don't like magic using characters that much. I think it's just I'm in this predicament, and I just have this spell that I can use and magic my problems away. Mm-hmm. I think it's cheap. I think it's easy. Boring. But on the other hand, I do like characters like Ghost Rider and stuff.
Well, so what I was going to say was, I was going to say, like, I've never been exposed to Doctor Strange when I was collecting comics as a kid until I started reading the Danny Ketch Ghost Riders, and they had a bunch of crossovers, and I was like, the character's kind of cool.
But yeah, Doctor Strange, there's no, like, clear definition of what his powers are.
Anything and everything, it seems like, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Whereas Ghost Rider, he's got the penance stare. He's got, like, the chain. You know what he can do, what his abilities are. and they're like set.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't come out with like new stuff constantly. Doctor Strange can come up with a new spell in every episode, you know?
Yep.
And that just seems lazy to me. I've never been a huge fan of magic characters because I just think it's kind of lazy. And it's too easy to write, and he can get himself out of these predicaments, you know, completely arbitrarily by coming up with a new spell or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fight you on D. It could be a C. I could see him as a C, and I'd be okay with that one. But, like, again, I thought of him as a D-list character for most of my collecting life up until they started putting him in the movies. And the dude that plays him in the movies, his name is...
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's very good. I like his portrayal of the character, and the character has grown on me. Again, I have read some like older Ghost Riders from the 90s where it was like, oh, crossovers with Doctor Strange, and that was cool. I always enjoyed that, but I never was really attracted to the character. I always felt like I don't know if this is the right word. MacGuffin, is that the right word? Where it's just like, oh, he's just there to like progress the plot because of some magic trick or whatever.
I will say he's got a cool aesthetic.
Yeah, I like the look.
His look is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, from like the 70s, you know, I got the big collared cloak and stuff. Yeah, he's got like a cool look. I'll agree with you on that. But other than that, I'm just not a huge magic guy, magical hero fan.
Okay, that's fair. Let's leave him at D. We need at least one D-list character, and I don't know if we have another one, so that's fine. I'm not going to fight you on it. I could see him being a C, but I wouldn't go higher than that. Let's do next up Cyclops, and it's my turn, so this is real easy for me. I'm going to say A. I don't think Cyclops is S tier, but I do think he's a great character. I love like the leadership aspect, and he's kind of like the straight and narrow, hard line. Like, I like that. And he's changed over the years. I didn't read a lot of the stuff where he kind of went sort of evil, I think, at some point.
Yeah, that's when he had like that big X.
Yeah, I don't know.
Over his face, which I thought was just that. I didn't care for that look at all. I thought it was dumb looking.
Yeah, I'm talking like 1990s.
Classic Cyclops.
1990s and earlier Cyclops.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about because I didn't read any of that stuff.
Real straight-laced leader.
Yeah. Tactical genius.
Reliable.
I like his powers. I like the thing where it's like, I got these great like laser beam eyes, or it's energy beam. I know it's not a laser. I know, but I like the power.
Optic blasts.
But I like that it's uncontrollable and he's got to deal with it. It's not just like, oh, infinitely strong and perfectly in control. That's like a shortcoming that he like uses, as like
yeah, it's always something he has to be mindful of wherever he's at.
His glasses fall off and he's like, oh geez.
I always like when he's like holding his hand over and the beams are like coming out around his fingers. It's always cool.
Cool character. I love the X-Men, so obviously I love the leader of the X-Men. A tier for me. Easy call.
Now what do you like? You like the classic Cyclops look of just like the orange trunks, and the visor and the hair coming out, or do you like you like all the pouches and all that crap?
Classic. I would
classic.
I mean, yeah. I don't hate the like Jim Lee era like pouchy stuff. I don't hate that, but like the classic is the classic for a reason.
Goofy when they're wearing all the pouches. Like, what do you even have in there? Yeah. What do you got? Like your bat shark repellent or something there?
I've never seen in a comic book when we went through the pouch era. I never saw anyone take anything out of the pouches. Even like rarely do I see Batman take stuff out of his belt pouch.
You know what I will say on the Brubaker and Epting run on Captain America? What was really cool is like Captain America had like these leather little pouches on here. Okay. And he actually had crap in there that he used. That's cool. He bust out like a little light. Then one time he had some first aid stuff in there. I'm like, that makes sense for Captain America to have that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's practical stuff. But, like, I'm sure, like, cops carry on their belt and stuff like that, gloves and first aid stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, okay, that makes sense.
Sure.
I thought that was cool. They actually showed him practically using stuff on his little belt. It wasn't just pouches for the sake of pouches.
I've never seen any of the X-Men characters use anything from their pouches. And they've all got just covered in pouches with X-Force and X-Men and all that.
Oh, yeah, they got so much scrap on them.
Except this lady. She doesn't have any pouches. What do you think for Jean Grey?
Jean Grey. I like Jean Grey not so much as the Phoenix. I like her more as just Jean Grey.
Marvel Girl.
Marvel Girl. I love that funky green dress
with the yellow little...
And the yellow, upswept visor, or mask that she wore.
Yep.
The classic clean look. Very cool. I mean, she's been with the X-Men forever. Scott's primary love interest, for a long time.
So where'd she go?
Oh man, I want to put her up with A. I want to put her up with Scott. I mean, how could I not put those two together?
I guess if that's what you want to do,
that's what I want to do. I want to put her up there.
I would win S.
I just have a soft spot for Jean Grey. But again, I prefer her as just Jean, not as Phoenix, because that's to me that's a completely different character. When she's taken over by the Phoenix Force, and I mean, of course, when Chris Claremont did that back in the day, he did make it change the character.
Yeah,
that's part of the genius of his writing is he gives her this vast power, and of course, it changes her, and it reflects in the stories and her character and everything. So, yeah, I way prefer the Jean Grey of just Jean Grey, not Phoenix so much.
Yeah, I would have went S tier on her just because she's so powerful. I mean, good character, but like just and weirdly powerful. Like she can't really control it all the time. She doesn't really know like what she can and can't do. But like psychic, telepathic, is telepathy the stuff where you can move stuff with your mind?
Yeah, telekinesis,
telekinetic. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, just crazy powerful. Not my favorite X-Men. I like her more than I like Cyclops. So that's why I'm thinking like I'd put her higher. But I don't hate A. I'd be like A+. Like if there wasn't like A+, I'd scooch her to A+. But yeah, I agree. She deserves to be way up there.
Yeah.
Let's do the Thing. Fantastic Four's Benjamin Grimm. Well, we put Mr. Fantastic at C, but I'm going to put Thing at, I meant to put it at B. Let me scooch him down to B. And again, I don't love the Fantastic Four, but I do kind of like the Thing.
Yeah.
It's a fun character. It's clobbering time. You know what I mean? Like, super strong, very basic, one-dimensional character. Well, not entirely. I mean, he's got like issues and like, I'm never going to be human and, all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm going to say B tier just because I think he's more fun than Mr. Fantastic. That's my only reasoning.
Yeah, I think I would agree. B, not as like a punishment. He's just kind of a middle of the road character, but I really like how he's so down to earth.
Yeah.
He's probably amongst the Fantastic Four, he's probably the most normal of the group.
And he's like the most bizarre at the same time.
He's just like a regular guy who's been dealt this, massive blow. He's this rock monster, and it does weigh on him for a long time. And that's why, I have the entire run of the Thing series that came out, and of course Marvel 2 and 1 as well. But yeah, I probably would have put him A just because Ben, I love that guy. Just because he's just like he's got a regular guy attitude about things.
Yeah.
I probably would have put him up a little higher just because. It's the Thing, man. It's Ben.
I could go like a B+. Like I just don't see him as an A tier character, but I could see him as a B+ character. Yeah. But we don't have designations for all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. The Thing.
Yeah.
You're up with Johnny.
Johnny, Human Torch. I'm going to put him at C.
You're going C with Human Torch?
I feel like they've just never really done anything that interesting with him.
The one aspect about the Human Torch that I like is the dynamic between him and Spider-Man. But other than that,
this friendship,
that like they meet and exchange gifts at the at the Statue of Liberty every year, and like they're always like cracking on each other.
And he did loan him this costume and the paper bag, he slapped the "Kick Me" sign on him when he was the bombastic bag man. He's a good one for jokes, especially on Ben. He loves messing with Ben.
Yeah.
I feel like they've never really done a lot with him.
No.
And even in the John Byrne run of the Fantastic Four, he's just a guy that's on fire and he could fly around and burn things.
It's like he's almost a sidekick.
Yeah.
A really powerful sidekick, but it's almost like they treat him like a sidekick.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple times he's like the main focus of a story, but not that often, just because I don't think he's really that interesting a character. And he has he's the prankster, joking, goofy guy on the team. And okay.
Yeah. I don't agree. I don't disagree. I think that C is fine for him. If you would have said B, I probably wouldn't have fought you, but C is fine.
Yeah.
I'm up on Nightcrawler.
Okay.
This is you. What are you going to do if I don't do the right thing? He loves Nightcrawler.
I love Nightcrawler.
I'm going to say A tier.
Okay.
I really like Nightcrawler. Okay. I think he's a fun character. I like his power set, teleportation. Not a very popular character. That's why I can't justify S tier.
Really? I think he's pretty popular.
I mean, compared to Spider-Man or Wolverine.
Oh, come on. That opening scene of the X-Men movie?
Oh, that was a good scene.
Oh, my God. That was awesome. See, that's Nightcrawler done right. They can do it right. when they want to. They just don't seem to want to.
Yeah.
For reasons. I guess they would rather not make as much money.
I've never seen him like really carry his own story. And maybe I just, there's so many comic books, maybe he has really carried his own story and I just haven't gotten to it or found it or whatever. But like, he's always just like one of the X-Men. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know. I just don't see him as like the world beater that is, Spider-Man or Wolverine.
He's definitely a team player. Definitely. He is way better at a team than on his own for sure. But it's when he's with the right team. Like those stories with him and Wolverine and Colossus, those buddy stories on the X-Men books.
Yeah.
That was fantastic stuff. And yeah, when he's with the team, the original X-Men team, from after
Giant Size X-Men.
After Giant Size X-Men and then X-Men number 94. Yeah, that was fantastic stuff. I mean, Nightcrawler was just such a key part of that team.
I haven't read those books, that whole run from issue 94 through.
I've got the omnibus if you want it.
Yeah, well, I got digital too. I read them years ago, is my point. So I'm I might not be remembering, but even over that roughly, let's just say 50, 60 issue run, which are the best Claremont run books in the run, I just never felt like they put him front and center. He was always just like one of the guys on the team. I don't know, maybe I'm forgetting, but it just didn't seem like they prominently used him in a way that I think he needed to be used because he's such a cool character. I really do like him. I'm not going to say S tier. That seems a little too generous.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I agree. I really like Nightcrawler, but I think A is a solid spot for him.
All right. You're up with Stormy.
Storm.
Not to be confused with Stormy Daniels.
This might be controversial, but I'm going to put her at C.
That seems low to me, but tell us why.
She can control the weather, and that alone, she could be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But she just uses it to like, I'm going to blow people, and I'm going to make them very cold.
Like Stormy Daniels.
That's pretty much it. I got wind, and I can, lightning. I can make the lightning hit you. I can't shoot lightning. I can make the lightning hit you.
That's a really powerful power,
It's very, very powerful.
But she never utilizes it.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. She can't.
Yeah, you kill everybody.
You kill everybody, man. Yeah. You have to really control yourself. And and her whole claustrophobia thing. Okay. Or no, is it? Yeah, claustrophobia. I'm thinking of gory. Yeah, she's afraid of tiny places because of something that happened to her when she was a child. She was buried or under some rubble or something.
Yep.
Again, another character I've just never really found that interesting. She's there. She's a capable leader. I thought the Mohawk Storm was cool. That was cool for a while. I liked her when she was Mohawk Storm. She was a little edgier,
That was a cool era.
Yeah. And, when she was leading the X-Men and she fought, Callisto to be the leader of the Morlocks, and she was wearing this like leather vest and stuff. That was a cool time frame for her. But that's pretty much it. I've never been a huge Storm fan.
I'm mostly with you. I would have went to B if it was my pick, but I don't hate C either, so that's fine. She's a good character, but she's not a great character.
Yeah.
And C is not bad, right? Like C is like average. Like if you got a C on a paper in high school, it was like, well, better than a D.
Yeah.
I didn't fail, so yeah.
I'm not dealing with Doctor Strange.
Right, yeah. All right, my turn. Ghost Rider. This is an interesting one because I'm a very, very big Ghost Rider fan.
I am too.
Can I say S tier on Ghost Rider?
Absolutely.
I'm going to do it.
I was going to be upset if you didn't put him at S tier.
I'm going to put Ghost Rider at S tier, and I think there's going to be a lot of controversy in the comments saying that that's ridiculous, but Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider and Danny Ketch Ghost Rider are just like, it's like the Green Bay Packers going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's just like Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. So good. Such a cool character. Now, when they went into the... What's his name? Reyes. When they did the car
thing,
car rider. You lost me on the car rider thing, Marvel. But a good, solid couple 100 issues of Johnny Blaze to Danny Ketch was phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm a huge Ghost Rider I'm a Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider fan. I know you're more of a Danny Ketch.
I'm more Danny, but I like Johnny.
That's fine. Danny's cool too, but Johnny is he's it for me, man. That guy is awesome. This close to completing my original Ghost Rider run.
That's right. You got Marvel Spotlight, right?
Yeah, I just have a handful
until I get my hands on it.
Yeah, I just need a number 1 and like 2 or 3 other issues, and that's it. I've got everything.
Nice.
I've got the entire run.
But yeah, power-wise, like, I think he's underutilized or I don't know, utilize is the right word, but like every comic book I read with Ghost Rider, like he's not as strong as like he could be. Like he could just lay waste.
Yes.
And I never really get to see him lay waste as often as I think he ought to. Because like he's crazy strong. He's got, the flame and everything.
The chain.
The penance stairs thing.
The penance
That's fun.
That's so cool.
Super strength. Basically invulnerable. I mean, can you kill him at all? I know there was a part in the 90s Ghost Rider where Johnny Blaze came back because he was like, oh, you're Zarathos and I'm going to take you out. I can't let you continue. And he's like shooting him with this Hellfire shotgun. And that was messing him up real bad. But outside of like something like that, I think he's invulnerable. Like, yeah, he's a great character. Super strong character.
He can be taken out with magic and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, of course.
Yeah. Magic fixes everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going S tier. What do you got for Mr. Castle?
Okay, the Frank Castle that I know and love, I'm going to put him A.
Okay. That's fair.
I got a lot of A's.
I mean, yeah. That's
well, you picked. Look at all you picked.
I picked the 20 best characters.
Yeah,
this is like, and people are gonna be like, "What about this character?"
I tell you what, when I dropped off the Punisher was when they made him Frankencastle.
I don't even know what that means.
He got killed, and they made a Frankenstein's monster version of the Punisher.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I said. Wow. You lost me there, man. And then they went into then he got like a War Machine armor. I didn't bother reading that either.
That was kind of cool. I read that.
Yeah, did you?
It was kind of cool.
But yeah, they lost me there. But yeah, back in the day, the Frank Castle, the Punisher was oof. And that Mike Zeck original 5-issue miniseries.
It's a 4-issue. Well, is it a 5? Is it a 4?
It's 5. It's 4? 5? I don't know.
They couldn't decide.
They couldn't decide. God. Yeah, Mike Zeck on the Punisher, and even his graphic novel Return to Big Nothing. I got him to sign him and John Beatty. I got them both to sign that. That was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, the classic Punisher, the new Punisher. I don't know. They just brought him back, didn't they?
I haven't read it. I have.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Palmiotti's doing it.
I forget. I have the first 3 issues in my box waiting to read.
Jimmy. I see him like at so many conventions because he lives. I think him and Amanda live in Tampa. Or outside Tampa.
Okay.
So we see him at all these Florida conventions that we go to. Really nice guy. He's such a super nice guy. I'm waiting to ask him about his new Punisher book next time I see him. Because, he'll talk your ear off. But yeah, the classic Punisher stuff, I love him. And I even like John Bernthal's Punisher, his take on Punisher in the Daredevil series.
He was good.
I didn't care for his own series too much.
The first season I liked pretty well. I didn't finish the second season.
Yeah. Him going around mopey at a construction site for like 4 episodes.
He was trying to be under the radar.
You didn't like that?
It was okay. Yeah. I wouldn't have fought you if you had said S tier on Punisher. Punisher is one of my favorites. The 80s stuff, the Mike Zeck miniseries, of course, is awesome. But you know what? And this is the annoying thing about the Punisher, but also a good thing. It's like Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7. I mean, they just kept rebooting that frickin' book over and over.
Yeah, they rebooted it to death where I reached a point where I can't keep doing this anymore.
But so many of them were so good. I mean, you had Garth Ennis's Welcome Back Frank run, which would have been Volume 4 or 5 or 6, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was the ones where Tim Bradstreet did all those hyper-realistic covers with him sitting there with the different poses and stuff. All of those were so good. There was this one issue or run where he was working with, I don't remember her name, but a lady Marine. She was trying to help her.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
That was so good. Like, it was so good for so long.
Yeah, he was taking like drug cartels and stuff.
Yeah.
Good old Punisher stuff.
No, I mean, that's what Punisher's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But for me, like, that
really
character...
reminiscent of the Punisher War Journal days.
Oh God, you forgot. Jim Lee's Punisher War Journal comics. He has had so many good comics and stories for so long. But I would have put him at S.
Okay, that's fair. I just felt like I felt guilty because we can't keep putting everybody in S and A.
Well, I'm going to be putting the next one down a little bit lower than people might like, so that's okay.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Should we jump into?
All right, go ahead.
Captain America. I mentioned I'm not a big Iron Man fan. I am also not a big Captain America fan. And part of me wants to go B and part of me wants to go C. So I'm going to go C because I can't really decide. I think this is a very boring, one-dimensional, like, Boy Scout character that has never, ever interested me, up to and including the MCU. I mean, Evans portrays the character well. I'm not criticizing his performance or anything, but, like, just a boring, one-dimensional character that, like, I just don't care for.
I really loved the era of Captain America when there was a storyline where the government said, hey, while you were frozen or whatever, you were still actually active duty and we owe you all this back pay.
Oh, that's nice that they came up with the money.
Yeah. So they gave him like this huge sum of money. And so then what he did is he set up like a hotline, right? And he was like, he bought like a van with his motorcycle in the back. They would throw a shield in the front. It was real cool. And he would traveled around the country, like, and he had people fielding calls, on the hotline because people are calling up Captain America like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And he would go around all over the country and like get into these little adventures and stuff. And don't forget, Captain America annual, what is it, 8 or 10? Him and Wolverine on the cover, that Mike Zeck cover. The Mike Zeck run on Cap was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And not to mention that John Byrne, although it was a very short run, John Byrne's run on Cap was really good. And then the Mike Zeck run was really good stuff. But that kind of flowed into him, in his little adventures and stuff like that. And then after a while, he became really sappy and, he's too straight-laced and he's a big Boy Scout. And I started to lose interest. And that's when they replaced him with the other guy, John Walker.
U.S. agent?
Yeah, USA. Cap became U.S. agent when they replaced him with John Walker.
Okay.
So Cap became U.S. agent. And I hated John Walker with a fiery hot passion, and it made me miss Steve Rogers' Cap.
Okay.
So yeah, I would probably put him higher. I'm much more of a fan of Cap than you are, definitely.
I don't know, man. I think he's boring. I think, like, if I put him in B tier next to Daredevil and Hulk, I feel like that's wrong. He's not as good as Daredevil or Hulk.
Captain America, because I'm a pretty big Captain America fan, and so I will pick up like new issues when they come out, but damn, it's boring. Boring what they've been doing with him lately. He's very underutilized.
All right, let's jump on to the next one, and I hope you put this one where it belongs. I'm not going to give any clues. Where does Black Widow go?
D.
That's where it goes, right there. Scarlett Johansson be damned.
Well, that's the thing. The movie character has nothing to do with the comic character.
Nothing. Really,
at all, really. Like so many Marvel properties, all these characters you see on the screen are just in name only, I was going crazy with my wife. She's like, oh, I like this Thunderbolts movie. You don't want to go see it? I'm like, no, I don't. Well, why not? Because none of those characters have anything to do with the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Like, except for Bucky. That's it. And he came into the Thunderbolts way later than the original team of Thunderbolts. The whole idea was like, Baron Zemo and these other villains got together and they were going to trick people into getting, into trusting them as heroes and getting government secrets they were going to sell and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, and so then she's like, oh, well, they're actually the new Avengers. I'm like, well, again, none of those characters have anything to do with the new Avengers aside from Sentry.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, not good. Black Widow, another one of those characters for me. Like, I just never had any interest. She was boring. She had like guest appearances in some X-Men books and stuff.
She's always been better as like somebody's sidekick.
Yeah.
She's a sidekick character.
Character that just guest appears or whatever. That's okay. But
when she was with Daredevil, and she teamed up with Cap for a while, well, she was a love interest for Daredevil, not so much for Cap.
They changed the title, Daredevil and Black Widow, for 10 or 15 issues.
Like Captain America and the Falcon, in the 70s. That was great stuff, yeah. And the Daredevil and Black Widow run was okay.
But yeah, I agree. D tier for this character.
Yeah.
Let me do...
She's a sidekick at best.
Yeah. Let me do Invisible Woman. Drew blank there for a second. I'm going to put her in C with her husband. Just like a meh whatever character for me. Like invisibility and magical shields, basically. I mean, like, I don't know. Just not a huge Fantastic Four fan, I guess. I don't have much more to say about it. We've already talked about all the other Fantastic Four characters. Does she deserve to be higher? I mean, I don't know. When she was played by Jessica Alba, I didn't mind that too much, even though the movies were awful.
Oh God. Yeah.
But yeah, just not a huge fan. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you got anything agree-wise or disagree-wise?
No, I think the most interesting storyline I've ever read was, again, the John Byrne run where she became Malice. I think it was the Fearmonger, I think. I forget his name. Somebody please correct me in comments. He had manipulated her, and she became this, like an evil version called Malice.
Okay.
And, I mean, if you think about it, she could be insanely powerful if she chose to be. Like, she could kill people instantly.
Or just bubble them and not let them out.
Put a bubble in their brain. Boop. There you go.
Yeah.
Dead. She could easily do that. And they just, I mean, of course, Sue Storm wouldn't do that because she's dull as dishwater.
And she's the mother of, like, the most powerful character, apparently.
Franklin Richards, apparently. And Val, don't forget.
They played that up. They played that movie up a little. And in the movie, they played that up a little bit. You should watch it. I didn't hate the movie, but it was not awesome.
I've heard it's okay. Like Thunderbolts, I heard is okay.
I won't watch that, but the Fantastic Four movie, I didn't regret. I didn't want to get up and turn it off.
Sebastian Stan. That's most, and you know what? I think the U.S. agent character, I think he got a raw deal in that Captain America and Falcon series.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong as far as I'm concerned. He beheaded a dude with the shield. That's in poor taste.
It was a bad guy, though.
But it was a bad guy who had just killed his friend.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was wrong. He just gave him a bad look, and so that's why they kind of blacklisted him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Last but not least,
Thor, the mighty Thor,
the God of Thunder. Where you want him?
I want him B.
B?
Yeah. Not as a punishment. He's not a bad character, but he's, not the most interesting character in the world. I do have a real soft spot for the Simonson run on Thor.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I do thoroughly enjoy that. That's a very good series. But he's another one of those characters like you can only do so much with him, He's got a thunder, he's got issues with Loki, and he's got daddy issues, with Odin. And I get really confused reading Thor because sometimes Odin's alive, sometimes he's not. Sometimes Thor has the all power or whatever, the Odin force. Sometimes he doesn't. I mean, I haven't picked up that he lost the hammer, that he got it back again. I dipped out of Thor like a while back, so I'm not really up to speed on what's going on with him. I do pick up like a Thor book and go through it, and it just doesn't interest me that like lately the storylines that they've been doing with him. I think they could do better with him, but they're just not.
What was it? I didn't read a lot of Thor. I didn't read a lot of Avengers. I've already established this. I was more of like the street level hero kind of fan. There was like this chunk where he had an alter ego, and it was like this like guy with did he have a cane or something? A limp? I forget.
Well, yeah, Donald Blake had a cane that he would use.
But like, did he just did that get retconned, or like sometimes he had an alter ego? And
there was another guy that was filling in for Thor called Eric Masterson.
That's what I'm thinking of. With a beard? He had a beard?
Yeah, he had a beard, and he wore the helmet that covered his eyes.
Yes.
And then he became Thunderstrike.
So that was not Thor.
No, that was Thor. And what was funny about that is, I think that was the Ron Friends era of Thor, was Eric Masterson. Yeah, he wore like the helmet that covered his eyes, and he had a beard, kind of like disguise himself because he didn't really look 100% like Thor. And he would fake the Thor accent, because Thor would speak in this,
Asgardian,
like an Asgardian, right?
Right.
So he would like fake it, which I thought was pretty good. That was pretty clever.
Yeah, Thor B, whatever. I don't care for the character.
Yeah, that's not a punishment.
It's fine.
That's a solid, B's a solid score for Thor.
Yeah. So that's it. Top 20 Marvel heroes tier list ranked. We got 3 S tiers: Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A tiers: Iron Man, Deadpool, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, and Punisher. 4 Bs with the Hulk, Daredevil, The Thing, and Thor. 5 Cs, Mr. Fantastic, Johnny Storm, Storm from the X-Men, Captain America, and Sue Storm. Lots of Storms in the C tier.
Yeah, right.
And then our D tier of Doctor Strange and Black Widow. I mean, I like the overall layout. You got any, last-minute corrections or changes?
That's solidly where I feel about these characters.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments. How bad did we mess this up? Where would you have put these characters? What characters did we forget to include? All of the complaints that you're going to have, because I know they're coming.
None of them are valid because these are our opinions. So there.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
But let us know what your opinions are on these characters. Where would you put them?
Yeah, I love hearing other people's opinions.
Let me hear, what are your arguments for bringing them up or down on the list? Let us hear what you think about these characters and why,
But yeah, and let us know. Do you want to see us do this with villains or DC characters? Probably not, because I could probably only name like 5 DC characters. Or any other specific
DC character, like a animal, vegetable, mineral man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. But villains would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Tier list of teams. We could do teams. We could do all kinds of different tier lists. So let us know if you like this. But yeah, let's wrap this one up for today. Let me say, as always, thanks for tuning in and watching. We appreciate it. And keep collecting comics. As always, keep watching our videos. And until the next one, bye now.
Bye.